send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. The Bengals with work to do in this third quarter, but they'll get the football first as we are back underway. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And the half will begin with a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive 1st and 10. Mixon will get it to start the second half. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Well, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. 16 yards, a first down.
First down, Cincinnati.
Play fake. Rodgers. Caught by Nelson left side. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. The connection is back. Rodgers to Nelson. 44 yards. On first down, Mixon. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Again, it's Mixon, and he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown.
Let's go, let's go.
Joe Mixon, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals have got it back to a one-score game. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play. Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. And he's got his man on the out route. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
First down. First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
They'll run on first down. Dobbins, and he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
From the gun, it's Jackson.
23-yard line.
Flush to his right.
That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it.
Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. 14 yards as the Ravens push further out in front. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the third quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And this carries into the end zone.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens.
There's never a good place on the field to fumble the ball. Let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not in your own red zone.
In your own red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up a score and the momentum, and everything just changes for your team.
Yeah, so the kickoff fumble, now great field position. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Sam Hubbard, his second sack of the night.
On second down, here's the option. An option handoff here to Dobbins.
And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Jackson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
A 47-yard attempt.
And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And that will stretch the lead up to 13. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
He was solid on the field goal, but not as solid on the kickoff there, and that'll put him at the 40-yard line to start this drive. A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
We're in Baltimore. 3rd quarter action. 2nd and 10.
Throwing again. Rodgers. Open man, completes it to Butler. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
First down, Cincinnati.
One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. first down. Mixon. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
On play action. Now Rodgers. That is caught inside the 5. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. J.J. Nelson, 35 yards. And the Bengals able to get this back within a touchdown.
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Jackson going to get this out to Brown. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
This one out quickly to Watkins. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
The tackle made back at his own 49.
They'll go again with Dobbins. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. They'll get 4 back there on the run, but now they're looking up at a 3rd and 12 situation. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. Big hook up there. Forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
They'll run on 1st down. Dobbins. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. This pass complete. Jackson finding Andrews. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Escaping the pressure right. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 5-yard line.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
Gain of 1 yard on the play. It's now 3rd and goal.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 3rd and goal now as they look for that final touchdown to salt this one away.
Jackson going to run.
And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 4-yard touchdown scamper, and the Ravens will extend their lead.
This defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number one.
It should be number one, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Taken about 7 yards deep and not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
The Bengals drive about to get going. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails because they had it going pretty good last time too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Working from the gun, Rodgers. He's going to let it fly. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Hakeem Butler, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals have got it back to a 1-score game.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this. I know you are, too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Extra point up and good by Folk. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone.
And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
At the 28-yard line.
Another run here with Dobbins. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Look at this. Middle of the field, a breakaway. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
The CD, I mean, there are touchdown runs, and then there are touchdown runs. And that one certainly fell into the latter category. Now, that deserves a couple exclamation points.
And how about the situation that we're in right now? Because this is the 4th quarter. So, you know, there's some tired legs out there on defense and probably some tired minds as well trying to chase guys around for 4 quarters. But this is what conditioning, athleticism, that separates the good backs from the great backs. And that was an A-plus effort right there.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
The Bengals drive about to get going, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now in desperation. Well, this is taken in. It's complete.
And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high-percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins, and he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Baltimore Raven. First and 10 at the 30-yard line. Tonight,
But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did.